And welcome back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to a new video. And today I'm in San Diego, California, and it is an incredible, beautiful day. Driving the Scat Pack, loving the Scat Pack. Just hit 14,000 miles in 1 year on this thing, and this is what I mean. One of 200 quote collector car is what everybody said when I was buying this thing. I just nailed 14,000 miles on it, and I'm going to keep on going until I get the itch to buy something else. But these cars are to have fun. 6-speed manual, it's a blast. Nothing like it, no EV, even if it's faster, could ever compare to the joy that this car has brought me. Now, we are at the beach, and I thought I would shoot a video today at the beach while we're walking on the sand in my shoes that I probably haven't paid for yet. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, keyboard warriors. But I figured we'd walk out to this jetty and just have a little conversation about a fee that you got to watch out for that I've never addressed before. And it's just not on purpose. Like, it just hasn't come up. And now what I'm finding is so many of you are messaging me saying, hey Brad, what about this fee and the other fees that are not markups, they're not add-ons, they're just fees. And when I was contemplating doing this video, I thought, people will figure this stuff out themselves. But then in the comments of my last few videos, I've been just hammered on by car salesmen. Woo, some of these car salesmen, they're car salesmen because they are mad. Woo, they are, as TK would say it, they are salty in the comments. They are whipping me hard, talking trash. I mean, just nasty. Woo. So they're car salesmen, and they are defending car salesmen, and it's getting pretty prolific. What I think's happened this last month is I've done those car dealership videos, and they've been going around to the dealerships, and these guys can't help but to comment. Let me switch hands here, because they're struggling. These guys have been making so much money gouging people and ripping people off that now that they're not making any money, they're mad. And they're really mad that some guy like me with a camera wandering around a beach is causing people to question them on their shady tactics. And I'll tell you, that makes me happy. For a while I was getting irritated with the comments because nobody likes to get beat up, and these people can be pretty brave and nasty. And there's one that I know is a GM of a CDJR dealership that is just hostile. Whew. And it's these videos that make them nuts because they're working people. Together. They're working. But this fee and these fees, several of them, they're slipping on y'all. I even fell for them a couple times, and I'm gonna find a spot to sit down and have this conversation without ending up in the drink or down in a hole here. So let's find a spot to have a seat. Yes, I'm in a full-on business suit, head to toe, because I was speaking today out in some of our offices about taking great care of their customers and doing the right thing and showing genuine interest and caring. I know, I translate that all the way throughout my whole life. All right, let's see. This is gonna be loud with the ocean, but what the hell, right? You guys don't mind it. Let's go ahead and sit down here. All right, so whenever you have a camera in your hand, people have to creep up on you, find out what you're doing. People either run from the camera or they run to the camera. So, all right, so here is the fees that I'm talking about, and you've got to watch for them because they're slick. You will negotiate like a true, just gladiator soldier. You're getting them to take off the nitro fill. You're taking off all the add-ons. You've told them, I am not going to pay any markups. You are not paying any of this junk. And then they say, fine, you win, we're good, fine, we'll take off the add-ons, we'll take off the markups, we'll take off the the nitro fill crap, and okay, fine, just buy the car. And then you grind them down another couple $1,000s, and you're feeling like, man, I've done a good job. I've made it happen. And then you message me and send me, and I try to get back to y'all real fast on Instagram, direct messages, or via email at ocmotivator@gmail. You send me the deal sheet before you go into finance, because there's always this long wait, right? You go into the dealership and you finally, after 6 hours, negotiate the deal, and then once you have a deal, then you think it's over. They stick you in the waiting room and they wait until the finance person get a hold of you and pull some more fast moves on you. And what will happen, and what you're gonna find, is they're gonna slip the docs out in front of you, and you're gonna see fees. You're gonna see fees, for example, document processing fee. I have no issue with them paying someone to process the documents if in that is the DMV fees that they have to pay. Like, I'm not looking for them to pay those fees. That's fine. But if they're $495, what I like to ask is, what are the actual fees? Well, then they will say, well, you know, California is, you know, $45 or $65 or whatever the hell it is. And I'm not talking about, you know, title and registration, but the fees are, you know, California charges for, you know, 65 bucks, whatever it is. Well, let me just give you a heads up. I'm going to put a link in the description below, and I'll try to put it up on the screen right now, that every state has a maximum amount that these dealers can charge, or no cap at all. So depending on the state you're in, there may be a cap on these fees, which means they will shift from being a document processing fee to something called the creative names like admin fee, dealer fee, processing fee. They will add these fees in, and where I have an issue is lots of times these fees are very high. So I'm talking at the low end of $500, at the high end of $1,500, $1,000. I've seen them upwards of $2,000 for dealer fee. Just know that is not a real fee. That is just profit for them. That's all it is. And because you ground them so good, they figured now that you're sitting in the finance room with that guy doing the paperwork and ready to go, that when you look at the breakdown slips in a $2,000 fee or a $1,000 fee or 3 or 4 different fees and a super inflated document processing fee. Let me just be clear. The only fees that you should be paying, or you should walk out of that dealership unless you're stealing that car, is obviously your title and registration and your taxes. That should be about the only fees that I could think of that you should be paying to get that car. Those are normal fees that we all have to pay. But when they add in admin fee, and you ask them what's that for, they say, well, it's to pay our admin, or it's to pay our administrative people to process your paperwork, to do all your documents and put all your paperwork together, or the dealer fee, it helps pay the staff to support the closing of this transaction. And no, that's what your profit is for. You make profit on that car and you take all your expenses out of that profit. I'm not paying for those fees, because those fees vary so significantly from dealer to dealer that at this point they've become something that's unjustifiable, unquantifiable, and just frankly another way they gouge you. If they wanted to come in and say, look, I've got a $125 document processing fee and I've got a $295 dealer fee, I might be cool with that. But when they start trying to get a $995, whenever you see like it's not $1,000, it's $995 or $795, they're trying to make the fees look legitimate, but they're not. So be careful with those fees. And when the dealers pull those fees out on you, just stand tall and say, nah, I didn't, whoa, that wasn't part of the deal. No fees other than like customary traditional fees. You want to charge me the DMV fees, you want to charge me $200 for those things, that's cool. But outside of that, no markups, no add-ons, tax, license, title, and we're done, and I'm leaving in the car. If you want to add that other stuff on there, you're killing the deal. And everybody says, well, but Brad, would you really want to kill a deal over, you know, $995? Yeah, I would, and I have before. But the bigger question is, would they really want to kill a deal over $995 when it's at the finish line? And I'll tell you right now, no. they 90% of the time will not let that deal die. They've already counted it on the sales board in the back room and said, we got another one, it's done, all he's got to do go in and sign the papers. So you push the envelope to say, I'm gonna walk. As a matter of fact, you wanna really drive the dealers crazy, wait until you're in finance and then decide, I'm getting cold feet, I'm changing my mind, I can't do this payment, and take a trip to the parking lot to get in your car and watch them come back and say, what if we dropped it another $10 a month, another $15 a month? You'll be blown away by that strategy because they are so tied to the sale. They've already, in their head, spent that money. They've got the guys washing the car up, they're getting ready to deliver to the front, and then you pull the, oh man, you know what? I just don't think I can do it. I pulled, there was a sign from God when my ATM card got declined for fraud, and I walked out. I mean, it's human psychology when somebody's so tied to something, and then boom, at the last minute, you take it away, that they will do whatever they can to keep that deal going, to be able to have that finality, that resolution of the deal. So that's the fees I'm talking about. Be careful, do not pay those fees. Stand firm with these dealerships. So many of you send me these deal sheets and they have added in these fees, financing fees. No, we don't pay any of that stuff. Anything other than tax, title, license, and maybe a small, modest document processing fee, I'm good with it. And if they call it an admin fee, even if they say there's a dealer fee of $195, I'm not going to war over that necessarily. I'm reasonable if their fees are reasonable, but when it starts hitting $500 or $1,000, almost 100% of the time, with the exception of one time, and it even happened on video, where they stuck me with it, and I was able to get them to give it back at Napleton's. I went holy war about $495. I know, it sounds crazy, but it's something that they didn't tell me at the time I was gonna have to pay. Never came up in conversation. So as far as I was concerned, it shouldn't have been there. And I was willing to stop the earth from spinning on its axis over $495, and to their credit, they sent it back. I'm just saying, watch out for these fees. So with that, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment. Hope this ocean wasn't too loud during this video. If it was, then man, this thing won't make it up. But damn, isn't it gorgeous out here today? All right, everybody, time to walk back to my car, fill my shoes with sand, and empty them out. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. Good. Oh, that's amazing. We're good to go. And yes, this door handle's still sticky.